At this time, we have linebacker Reid Carrico. Questions for Reid? Greg?
So Reid, we talked to you in the spring and you were getting adjusted to the system, but now you got more time into it. Are you fully adjusted? Maybe never fully? I mean, where are you and how different is this system from what you've run in the past?
I mean, I would say that I wouldn't say I'm fully adjusted yet. I mean, we're still going through some installs, and that's why this fall camp has been so pivotal, is to get everybody ready to go, all the calls in, all the different plays and everything like that. So not fully adjusted yet, but working our way there for sure.
What's the hardest part of it? Is it knowing your assignment? You got to know everybody's assignment and alignment, I guess. So is that hard?
Yeah, I mean, as a linebacker, you got to know a little bit about what everybody does, if not all of it. It's kind of a complementary deal, like Coach Alley's scheme is it can be a lot if you don't study. Obviously, linebackers study all the time, but you do Alley's scheme along with Coach Rod's tempo at the same time. There's a lot of moving pieces there, and it's moving really fast. So if you're not on top of your game and you don't study a little bit at night for that little amount of time that you have at your own place, then you'll get left behind. So
throw in all the new players. I mean, add that element to it. What's it like when you got all these things happening and a bunch of new guys around you?
Well, I mean, it can be a little bit tough, like maybe for the first couple practices, but after you get everybody rolling out there together and everything like that, everything starts kind of smoothing out. But something I'd say to newer players and guys that weren't here in the spring is they got to study a lot too. Everybody has to study a lot and be on top of their games, because if they're a little bit behind and say this guy is maybe ahead or really on top of his game, then there's always some miscommunication, and then what happens when that goes down? Big play. So as long as everybody is studying and knows how to communicate and everything out there, then it's usually all good.
15 practices last spring, and you've got about 8 now, so you've got about 23 practices in this defense. What have you learned from the first practice to the 23rd practice?
Oh man, you learn something every day, really. I mean, going against the same offense every day, you picked up tendencies, obviously. So that obviously helps, along with, if you have some sort of an understanding of situational football, what plays you're going to get. And so, I mean, that's what I'd say is the most that I've gotten out of it.
Last thing here, this is probably, the third different defense you played in college football, right?
Fourth.
Fourth?
It's the fourth, yes, sir.
Okay, so how do you separate all those and take the things that they wanted you to do in those, and maybe they apply, maybe they don't? How do you separate all that?
Well, first, most of it's terminology. Okay. From a fundamental standpoint, it's like there's only so many ways you can run cover 3 or man-to-man coverage, and then at that point it's just all fundamentals, and learning the way that Coach Alley wants to do it rather than what I've been taught in the past. I mean, there's certain little pieces, that you can keep, like as far as, maybe where you put your eyes in man coverage, things like that.
Steps are steps, right? Leverage is leverage,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's there's some carryover there, but the main thing is terminology and learning what he calls this route and, this pass play, that sort of thing.
Is it intuitive? Does it make sense what he's calling? When you see, usually if they call bingo, you know what I mean, or whatever the phrase is.
Yeah, people that watch football and grew up playing football, smash is the slot runs 7 cut and there's a hitch on the outside. That's kind of universal. There's always some universal stuff in football. So yeah.
Have you gotten used to going against the tempo, or do you ever really get used to that?
I mean, yeah, I think I've adjusted pretty well to it. I'd say starting out, it was pretty chaotic, back in the spring and maybe the first or second practice here in fall camp. But, as long as you're sprinting to the ball and sprinting to get lined up and you got your eyes on the sideline, and then you'll be fine as long as you know your stuff.
guys are pretty similar in size, both transferred here after spending the first few years elsewhere. What might he be able to bring to this defense?
Just older guy, veteran, played a lot of snaps, and high IQ guy, studies a lot, and like he's one of the leaders on defense. Like as he should be. He's in year 5 or year 6, so I'm in year 5 too, having 2 older guys that have played in different schemes and everything like that. Like it's definitely beneficial to the defense. He's a good communicator, that sort of thing.
When the staff
Good player.
changed over and you found out that Zach was going to run the defense, how long did it take before you realized that, yeah, this fits what I do, this fits who I am as a football player, I fit what this defense does?
Oh, I think something that's really cool about Coach Alley's scheme is there's certain calls that benefit the linebackers. There's certain calls, stunts that benefit the D-line. There's a call in the defense that will like set every position up to make a play. And, when you understand, like, for instance, say it's a corner blitz, it's like as a will linebacker, you might be like, okay, well, I got to protect the corner here to the flat because he's blitzing, and that's the hot throw, just like that. And, see the shoe on the other foot, like if the linebacker's blitzing, then the safety might know that he's got to get down the box a little bit quicker, you know what I mean, to protect a little hot throw, check down, whatever, So Coach Alley's scheme is it's very multiple, and, that's kind of one of the things that I'm excited for, it'd be I could see how it could be very, very hard to prepare for as the opposing offensive coordinator.
Sounds like linebackers got to know their stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Reid, what is it like at this stage of your career to feel like you're starting over again? In a new
I mean, I did it last year too. So, I mean, it is what it is. I think it's kind of part of the game. You got to be able to adjust if you wanna play this game for a long time. Like how many NFL guys play 5-6 years in the league, and it's 5 or 6 different teams every time. So I just kind of looked at it as a challenge. So you just got to rise to the occasion.
Does it slow your, not desire, but your chances to move forward at all, or, from here?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, if you're making the plays and you're doing everything right off the field, taking care of yourself and everything like that, staying healthy, doing everything to the best of your ability, I mean, I don't think that it limits your chances at all.
Things that made you come here when you decided to transfer from Ohio State to West Virginia, do they now apply? Is it completely different? Different scheme, different coaching staff. I mean, it's the same place, but do all those things that you thought about that I wanted to do as a college player, does it still apply to you now?
I mean, yeah, 100%. Like I think everybody has personal goals, right? So, like just kind of piggyback off the last answer, like it's just a challenge mainly, and like I think if you're not challenged, then you're not getting better. So, from that regard, like going from Ohio State to here, like it's just been. I try not to focus too much on, what happened in the past, and like I'm a new football player. Like Coach Rod says, he's a better coach than he was 20 years ago. Now, it's like I would like to say that I'm a better football player than I was when I was a true freshman, 18 years old, and didn't know what I was looking at. So.
This defense and a lot of more modern defenses today, the hybrid guys, the outside guys, a little more speed, covering a lot more ground. Does that take away the necessity for a Mike and a Will or a guy that has a defender outside of him a lot of times to be able to do that? Or I know you mentioned a couple things, hey, I've got to get here quick to cover this. Is it still part of the position?
I mean, yeah, I'd say that just about all linebackers in today's game are somewhat of a hybrid, right? Because you think about guys like, I don't know, like a Dick Butkus, like that guy was playing in a different era where you had to be, if you were a linebacker, you had to be 265 pounds because you're plugging the same A-gap all the time. Well, in today's game, you know, you might be lined up between the slot receiver and the core, and you might have to, you know, hold off this RPO and then get in there and fit the run. So, I mean, I think linebacker is an interesting position because you have to be able to do so much, and that's why linebackers are pretty valuable on special teams, because there's so many different jobs that you have to be able to do as a linebacker.
And it seems like a lot of that is changing position speed. It's not just, hey, timed in the 40. It's making your cut, doing a drop here, angle here.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta be quick doing that too.
Yeah, change of direction's obviously like worth its weight in gold in today's game, and you know, obviously running your top speed is too. So, yeah, like you got to be able to raise your hips a little bit, run, and then you got to be able to sink your hips on a dime, change direction, all that stuff. Like it can be pretty challenging at times, depending on what your job is.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.